Spilla here,
Jimmy Boyer here.
and you're watching the Triple S North Queensland Footy Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another fantastic week of Rugby League. Big shout out to everyone out there. Good evening. How are we? The Triple S Footy Show. We are back. Jimmy Boyer, how are you, my co-host? I hope you're well, brother.
Yeah, really good, mate. Another great week in Rugby League. Yeah, it's nice and sunny at the moment here in Mackay. It's a bit of heat coming back to this end of the year here. So yeah, mate, it's been nice. Nice weather to watch some football on the weekend too.
It's beautiful weather, Jim. Mate, we got lots to talk about. Week 2 of the Rugby League finals throughout North Queensland. We've had grand finals on the weekend. We've had semi-finals. We've had upsets galore. Minor premiers getting knocked off. It's all happening, mate. We got lots to talk about tonight. We have the FNQ Rugby League wrap-up, the Mackay District wrap-up, Townsville District wrap-up, the Golf Cluster Grand Final wrap-up, Island Rooster Cup on the Torres Strait Island up there, and TI on the Rock, Grand Final wrap-up. Talk about our Host Plus Cup, Northern Pride finishing minor premiers in the Host Plus Cup, so we talk about their finals journey. Mate, it's all happening. Cowboys had a bye. We're sitting in 6th spot, looking pretty good. The NRLW Cowboys team's winning. They're off to a flyer as well, Jim. It's all happening. Rugby League, outstanding work in North Queensland.
Oh, outstanding in North Queensland at the moment. Yeah, man, really good, especially across our seniors and our juniors. A quick little message and shout out to our Palm Island community, the under 15s Barracudas boys through the grand final. Watched this game, mate, and some very good highlights. Bringing back some, that Barracuda football from back in the early days, early 80s, and it's just a shout out to the community over there for getting on board. And yeah, it'd be a massive weekend in a couple of weeks there in Townsville when they be the first. I think they're the first team to make the grand final from Palm Island in all the history. I think that's what I've heard someone say. So yeah, mate, it'd be good to see those little fellas do really well.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding Palm Island Junior Rugby League. I've got a couple little shout-outs as well, mate. Shout-out to my little mate up in Atherton, Anthony Murio. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Brendan Cleary, how are you down there in Serena, mate? I know you're on a bit of a high at the moment. Congratulations to you, mate. Shout-out to me Magpies legend down there in Mackay, Damo Smith. I hope you're well, brother. It's nice to chat with you today. It's all happening, mate. It really, really is. Jim, let's get straight into it. We've got lots to talk about. Let's start off with the Host Plus Cup, mate. Let's talk Host Plus Cup. Townsville Blackhawks needed the Central Cappers to lose on the weekend and scrape in the 8th spot. Unfortunately, they had the bye, so they missed out on 4 and against. They did win 8 games, I believe, and 7 losses. They had 2 draws. So, unfortunately for the Blackhawks, it cost them, really, them draws. But I'm sure Campo and the boys will be back next year. And I reckon they'll make the final series next year after a couple of years out of that. Mackay finished down the middle of the bottom there. So they'll be looking to rebuild under new football administration next year. New coach, Adam Cuthbertson there, and young Davey Roberts as CEO. So they'll be looking to build there, Mackay. The mighty Ken Frost Holmes, Northern Pride, mate. Minor premiers, absolutely dispatched Burley on the weekend. 17 wins throughout the year. Absolutely outstanding. I think they're sitting around 12 or 13 wins in a row now. Coach Eric Smith's got them absolutely humming there. They are fit. They are fast. They play a fast style of game. They're certainly strong, and they destroy teams in the back end of the second half. So very proud of the boys and all the football staff and administration as well congratulations, Northern Pride. That's a great achievement, minor premiers. The job is not done yet. They've got 2 games to go. Hopefully they win, go straight through to prelim, and they win that. So they got 3 games to get into the grand final. So hopefully they do extremely well. I'm certainly supporting them all the way and excited for their semi-final on Saturday. They host the Sunshine Coast Falcons, mate. First versus fourth. Winner goes straight through to the first prelim. This is going to be a cracking game. They played a couple of weeks ago, Jimmy. Falcons turned up to play too. They're a good side. But let's hope the Northern Pride bring their best. And I reckon there'll be a big home crowd as well.
Yeah, mate, it's always good to have the so home ground advantage as well. And Pride have proven this year that they can play really well at home. As you said, man, Sunny Coast Falcons, they're a top sort of squad, and to come fourth, they've still got some strikers out there, so it'll be matched, really well across the park, and I'm looking forward to a really good game.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited, and I'm very confident Ken Frostholm's Northern Pride will certainly get the win and progress straight through and enjoy another week off. So let's keep moving forward, Jim. Lots to talk about, mate. Really is. Like I said, it's all happening around North Queensland, semi-finals, grand finals, and that. Let's go out west, and let's quickly touch on, mate. Talking the golf cluster grand final wrap up from the weekend. Congratulations to the Normanton Stingers who hosted the golf cluster grand final on the weekend. I know it was a huge crowd. Well done to the Normanton Stingers. They've won back-to-back premierships. They beat Doomadgee Dragons in the final, and that was a fantastic game. There was a huge crowd out to Normanton. Well done to Tia and all her staff and volunteers and Les Henry and them organising the day. It's a fantastic day once again. But Coach Rob Murray, the super coach out there at Normanton Stingers, congratulations, brother. What a win, mate. Congratulations to you. Winning the game. Fantastic result. Back-to-back winners of the golf cluster. The George brothers, Clay George and Jarvis George, were on fire. Absolute belt and blokes in defence. Big Trevor Henry was guiding the boys around in the halves. So my little mate Isaac Toby tried very hard for the Doomadgee Dragons. So fantastic win to the Normanton Stingers. Congratulations. I really hope you celebrated in style. I reckon the Purple Pub would have been going off.
Yeah, the Purple Pub would have been going off, mate.
And it's fantastic. Good to see our footy going strong in the golf cluster, Jimmy.
Yeah. As you said, mate, the 2 George boys, Clay George, he's one of those outstanding young talents. Mate, they would have, that town would have been buzzing. I've known the history of our Normanton, when they play their great rugby league and the community gets behind them. I've been there for some games for Cloncurry a couple of times. So, yeah, mate, we know how it feels. But, yeah, good on Doomadgee Dragons too as well. Young Isaac there, he's a great leader amongst them boys. So, it'll be good to see him bounce back next year.
Absolutely. And let's talk rugby league up in Torres Strait on the Rock at Thursday Island. Jimmy, the Island Rooster Cup grand final, mate. I'll let you take this away. This is very close to your heart, brother.
I was, mate, and I think I posted today about it, just the travelling for a lot of those Torres Strait Island families. And we've been up there many times in the Cape and the Torres Strait. And just to see the passion they have for rugby league, all supporters travelling by dinghy, the few-hour trip to get to the Rock to then walk in and celebrate in style on their walk into the stadium. It was great venue, great day. Mate, both teams played outstanding football. And Mulga, in the end of it, came out with an 18-10 win. But in our case, and what we've always been supportive of, especially in rugby league in North Queensland, is my rugby league was the winner, and the community itself, the Torres Strait communities, all those communities got behind both those teams. Massive supporters along the sideline with their flags and run up and down every time there was a try scored, and a few videos there of people diving on the floor and rolling around. So it's mate, it was on for all up there. And as you say, the rugby league is the best asset that those guys have got, and they love playing it. And just congratulations to both those teams. They had great outstanding years this year, and KRL's alive again, mate. Everyone knows that. They love that Island Rooster Cup.
Absolutely, and it's fantastic to see Zenadez Kez. Congratulations to all volunteers up there in the committee.
Volunteers as well, massive.
Well done. Mulga Tigers, they're exceptional, mate. Like you said, the travel they go through, seeing the footage of them, jumping in the boats, traveling a few hours, getting across there, all the supporters. And I'm going to give a massive shout out to the suburbs crew too, Jimmy, just how they welcome Mulga Tigers in. And, mate, it was such a great spirit seeing all the footage. That's why I shared it on our page, brother. Suburbs just absolutely outstanding. Like, win or lose, both teams were very humble and they celebrated together. Just how they all embrace, it's more than a game up there. It's more than rugby league. Just how they embrace everyone together, who come together, was united, was absolutely fantastic to see. It really, really was.
Yeah, mate. And as I said, the celebration of walking in first to see Mulga and then to see suburbs, like all the supporters, the island dancing, the celebration after it, like there's, as we always say, there's always going to be one winner in the game. But as you can see, our culture, behind what we do, they're always joint, and everyone wants to support each other. And, there's always passion there from our supporters against each other. But at the end of the day, all our brothers go to war, and, it just shows that rugby league now is starting to become that tribal dance and that tribal war against each other.
Absolutely, brother. On that note, we'll get ready to talk rugby league in Mackay, Townsville, and Kansas. Lots of good results, lots of good things happening. We'll take a short ad break and thank one of our great sponsors. I really want to give a shout out to EV2 Sportswear. Thank you, John Short. Thank you for your generous contribution. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the SSS Footy Show. Myself and Jimmy talking all local North Queensland Rugby League. Let's start off with Mackay, Jim. Let's work our way up the coast.
Yeah,
Made some interesting results on the weekend. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it up here, Mackay.
Yeah, mate. Rugby League finals is on in Mackay.
Let's talk the women's first.
Yeah, 2 games in the women's, mate. 2 games in the women's, massive games. Moranbah girls fought back, from their unexpected loss there, the first round against Maggies, and they've come back and put a number on the Serena Crocs girls, 20 points to 4. The other game to go through the first round of the grand final, so first winner went through. Mackay brothers, mate, just outstanding. Took the opportunities when they could. Mackay Magpies didn't stop, but the girls had a few opportunities there to get some points. Just couldn't finish with the last pass or a kick, going to hand. They'll bounce back, mate. I think they'll have Moranbah's measure to get back in the grand final. But Mackay brothers running out 30 points to 4 winners against Magpies. Mate, great games, both of them. All these women's teams have actually stepped up late in this season to try and find their feet. I know Serena, have come with a bit of football in the end of the year with Vanique Malata and that in the core there, and Moranbah Miners, mate, they've got some old heads that are still around playing the football. This young Mackay brothers women's side, but I think they're pretty well drilled at the moment. They're going through pretty much cruising, but anyone can change that on the grand final day. And I think out of those 2 teams, I think Magpies probably will pip them. I'll pip Moranbah, but then also give a bit of a fight back against the brothers girls. But I might be wrong, mate. You never know. We're not the footy gods here. We just tip who we do.
Right, mate. And we have a look at the men's, mate. Jim, there was 2 cracking games there on the weekend. Got to give a big shout out to Serena Crocs. They're first through to the grand final. Congratulations, Kane Lynette and all the boys, Benny Barber and Shannon Cleary and that. They've worked extremely hard. Hamilton Taylor. Well done, guys. Congratulations on the win. Enjoy the grand final. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I was down there, mate, watching this one. This was this was hard on the sleeve. Shannon was a bit itchy there, mate. I seen him sitting down watching this back end. This game, mate, was great to watch. Early points, for brothers. And Serena were fighting back. 3 sin bins in this one. 3 sin bin players. Our young mate, Torres Plata, he was one of them. Shout out to Ty. But no, mate, at the end of it, it was 18 all at full time. Went into extra time, 5 minutes each way. And, yeah, mate, that man, Ben Barber, just clutch. he took the opportunity when it got arised, a couple of minutes in, and set up Quintel Wailu to score under the post, and that became the difference in that game. Magpies, mate, the other one. It was tough early. Couple of same thing, couple of little sin bins there, Shane Moyer and Matty Vesey, but Marmon Barber was actually sent from the field really early, so it was only probably a few minutes in, which changed the dynamic of the game, I'd say. With him out there, he makes a big difference for that South Sharks team, and they had to scramble for a bit there, and Magpies, mate, just took every opportunity after that. It didn't look at all one-way traffic pretty much, but with the strike pair of the
Magpies, Jimmy. So they went away from going to back-to-back grand finals, the Maggies. So they'll be up for it this weekend. Big game, that prelim. Maggies versus Brothers.
Yeah, and we know Brothers, and I've said it many times this year, Brothers have been really consistent this year. But as we say, finals football is a different story. We're back out. Whoever loses is actually out. So it's not like every week. So I think there'll be some more little I'd say sin-binning moments next week. It'll be tough. It'll be passionate. Both teams are playing some great footy, but with the Magpies and Brothers boys. So Serena gets the weight. Shout out, like you said, to Shannon and all the boys there in the club, and all those boys that stood up this week. And Kano and the boys get the week off to watch Brothers and Magpies hit it out.
That's it. Let's move up the highway, 4 hours up the highway. Let's talk Townsville Rugby League District in Townsville there. It was all happening there, mate.
Mate,
3 of the 4 minor premiers were beaten on the weekend. Let's talk women's first. Let's have a quick look at the women's scores. The Burdekin Hens in the minor semi-final were 2 strong for the Townsville Brothers girls, 42-18. So they get a crack at the Centrals Tigers in the prelim game. The Western Lions upset the undefeated Centrals Tigers 30-0. 30-0, that is correct. A little bit of a big scoreline everyone would have been shocked about. Just wasn't Centrals Tigers ladies' day, but I'm sure they'll bounce back. I know that for sure. Be a cracking game this weekend. The prelim game, Central's Tigers be looked to bounce back in a hard way against the Burdekin Hens. I'm going to back the Central's Tigers ladies. I know they'll perform and they'll make their way to the grand final. Western Lions, they are perennial grand finals in the Women's Rugby League in Townsville. Yeah, right. Full credit to everyone involved. You've done a great job there, ladies. It's going to be a cracking 2 weekends of rugby league and women's, but that's a big upset, Jim. 30-0. Holy moly.
Mate. I watched this game and I think they were just off the pace a bit. Centrals, they looked, Western Lions looked like they came to play, and they just surprised them. That Burdekin Hens, mate, I'm not too sure that Centrals might do it too easily. I think Hens are hit some form. The last 4 rounds, they've actually gone in with some momentum. So, I wouldn't be surprised if that's tighter than we think. I know Central's a really good squad. They've got some really good girls there. But, this Hens seem to be on a bit of a run. So, watch out for the Hens, I reckon.
Yeah, they got some good players, the Burdekin girls, and Stephanie Monday and Tony Daisy. She's had a cracking season in rugby league for the Burdekin Hens and the Townsville girls. So, it won't be a walkover for the Central's girls. Then we look at the men's gym. Wow.
Yep.
Charters Towers Miners, congratulations, Rob Hall, Berno, all the crew out there. Well done, Charters Towers Miners. Excuse me. Charters Towers Miners knocking out Townsville Brothers the first time in 20-odd years in the semis in the first week, 32-28. This is a huge win for the Charters Towers Miners. Congratulations, Hawley. You got the boys up and raring to go. It's a good game. I was watching on the live stream there. It was quite exciting. Charters Towers were dominant most of the game, but the last 15 minutes, Townsville Brothers tries to win. They come back in a big way. I tell you what, there were some nervous Charters Towers people because I thought Townsville Brothers were going to get them at the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think 5 minutes extra on that clock, and I think Brothers roll, one more in, and I think that's when they sort of take advantage. But all full credit to Bird on the boys and Robbie and that, mate. They earned their spot to get in that prelim, and they're facing a a juggernaut, I guess, that just got knocked down last week.
Yeah, the South Bulls took on Western Lions, winning straight through the grand final. Western Lions 29, South Bulls 16. Wow. This was one turning up for the books. Let me tell you that now. The Redmen, they've been undefeated all year, dominant, absolutely putting the sword through teams, but they just weren't there on the weekend. Excuse me. Western Lions certainly turned up. Ado Wainanga was outstanding. Bernard was very good on an edge. I thought Jacob Burke controlled the boys as well. I was really impressed with the Western Lions forwards, Jim. I thought they rolled through the middle quite well, which doesn't very happen much against the South Bulls. They're always strong through the middle third there. Declan Dowson just wasn't quite at his best. I thought he might have picked up an injury through the game. Surely knows the game was just a bit out of sorts. So I'm sure the Redmen, they'll go back to the drawing board and they will bounce back. I really think they will bounce back in a hard way. But don't write the mighty Charters Towers Miners off in the prelim Sunday. 3:40 coming to you live, brought to you by SSS Sport. This is going to be a cracking game. I can't wait to call it, Jimmy. It's going to be exciting. I think the Miners will be up for it, but I think South might just have a little bit too much class. But in saying that, I know Hawley will have the world against his team. He will get them up. I know Hawley every little bit of motivation to get his boys up. They're going to come out hard. And I'll tell you what, I think the Redmen are going to have to battle and going to have to use every bit of stock they have in reserve, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure, mate. And as we say, it's hard to keep going at that level. And I think they've just fallen short this first week and the old Bulls boys. But, mate, my heart's, as you can tell, I'm a South junior, grew up with the South boys. So I think our South boys will come over. I'm hoping that, they can get there again and it'll be a massive grand final against Western Lions.
Absolutely. Really looking forward to that. You can watch all the Townsville District Rugby League Grand Finals, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be on my YouTube channel, SSS Sport Live. It'll be on my SSS Footy show. It'll be on the Townsville District Rugby League YouTube page as well. You can watch all the live action brought to you by myself and SSS Sport. So excited to commentate that in the next couple of weekends. Well, let's move up a little bit more, Jimmy, and we keep going here, mate. We're up into FNQ Rugby League, mate. And I'll tell you what, on the weekend, they had some cracking games of Rugby League. They really did, mate. Innisfail Leprechauns, too big, too strong, too fast, absolutely demolished Atherton Roosters, 52 points to 4. That's a huge scoreline in a semi-final. They showed their dominance. Coach Leon Halley is a perennial grand finalist coach, been there many times. So they'll be waiting for the Ivanhoe Knights this Sunday in the prelim. That's going to be a cracking game. Cairns Brothers just dropping the one game to Ivanhoe's before the last round of the season there, before the finals. They took on Ivanhoe's again in the major semi. Cairns Brothers 22-20 winners. Ivanhoe's led 20 points to 16 with 3 minutes to go. 3 grand finals back-to-back. Congratulations, Jordan Biondi-Odo and Timmy Rumford, all the crew at Cairns Brothers. 3 grand finals in a row, going for a 3-peat. Absolutely outstanding. They didn't have their captain coach and Jordan Biondi-Odo playing on the weekend. He was out due to suspension. He will be back for the grand final. So, Cairns Brothers flexing their muscle. It'll be hard to beat in the grand final, Jim. But what a prelim game coming up on Sunday. Ivanhoe's Knights taking on the mighty Innisfail Leprechauns. There's some good players. You got Josh Dugan, Riley Hurd, Chico Seguiaro calling the shots there for Ivanhoe's Knights. Then you got the likes of Chris Oswald, Johan Turner, Robbie Harron, Lata Fakalelu, just in tremendous form. Mickey Morton's been in great form for the Innisfail Leprechauns. So this is going to be a cracking game. I reckon it'll go down the last 5 minutes. It'll be physical. I reckon we'll see a low score line. They'll be at each other the whole game, I reckon. She could be feisty and passionate as well.
Yeah, I'm going probably a 16-14, mate, a close one. It'll be, like you say, both teams will be looking for that win. And yeah, mate, you got some great leadership across both those groups. And yeah, mate, Dukes and Chico, they'll bounce back. They'll get those boys back up for it. And yeah, you just never know. They're going to go against that three-peat, mate. Someone has to face that juggernaut of brothers up there.
That's right, Jimmy. That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, that just about wraps us up for tonight, talking all local rugby league in North Queensland. That's what Triple S Sport's about. Support it. Very happy to announce also we've got a massive couple of months coming up with our live streaming through Triple S Sport. We will be live streaming the whole of the Townsville District Rugby League Grand Finals, including the Junior Grand Final day. We also will be live streaming the Mendy Nines. Make sure you get on and like their page and give them a shout out. Well done to Mitch Doyle and MPW and all the crew there at Mendy Nines. Doing a fantastic job. Get on, make sure you got your team nominated, get everything sorted. We'll be live streaming all the action from Field 1 for that tournament. We're also bringing you live rugby league action, both fields at the Townsville All Blacks this year, the Bindle Sharks All Blacks as well. The Gordonvale Indigenous Rugby League Carnival up in Gordonvale, all the action from Field 1. And also don't forget the Indigenous Women's All-Stars Carnival in Cairns as well. And Grand Final weekend, NRL Grand Final weekend, 5th and 6th of October. We'll be bringing you all the action live from Field 1 and 2 at Kangaroos. Get down and support my brother EJ there. It's going to be a fantastic carnival, the Indigenous All-Stars Women's Carnival. I believe there's 10 to 12 teams, which is outstanding. One of the largest in Queensland, so they should be all extremely proud. Everyone, Gaz and EJ and everyone putting that together. Be proud, guys, because that's an outstanding effort. Really can't wait for that carnival. Watch the page tomorrow. I got the announcement of the winners of the 2 Melbourne Storm versus Cowboys tickets on Thursday night. They will be living it up in style at the Cowboys game, so I wish them winners all the best. I'll be announcing tomorrow. But once again, Jim, thanks for your time, brother. Really appreciate it, mate. To our viewers out there, thank you very much. Don't forget to like and share our new Triple S Footy Show page. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. What's happening on there as well? Triple S Sport Live. Once again, enjoy your week of rugby league. Good night. And all them champions out there and champion teams celebrate in style. Have a good time.
Good night.